further ado, I would like to introduce to the stage a warm welcome. Please join me in welcoming Billy from Caleb and Brown. Thank you much, sir. Thank you. Absolutely.
All right. I want to start off by apologizing to everyone. As you can tell by my accent, I'm from a very long way away in Melbourne, Australia. And I'm starting to feel that little bit of jet lag now. I'm from Australia. I was on vacation in Egypt. Then I went to New Jersey, and now I'm here, so my body doesn't know what time it is. So apologies in advance. So I'm from Caleb and Brown. Many of you may know who we are. I would like to think the world's leading cryptocurrency brokerage. And my role is I'm a senior broker and sales team leader. But I want to take you on a bit of a journey back to where it all began for me. And the story starts around 2016, 2017. And just a warning, this is a bit more of a capitalist presentation than the previous one, which was excellent. So if there's any hardcore communists in the room, trigger warning. You know. So yeah, my journey started 2016, 2017. I had heard about this crypto thing, heard about Bitcoin, and people I knew were getting invested. So I thought, you know what, let's throw a bit of money in. Made a bit of money, lost a lot of money. And my story kind of ended there. And that was it, you know? It was like, okay, I'll buy some crypto, I'll participate in whatever this thing is. And I ran away, and I said, this is too scary, I don't know what I'm doing. And then it was 2020, the year of the COVID pandemic, and I found myself in a situation where I had graduated university. I was an honors graduate of anthropology, of all things. And I had a decision to make. And if anybody here knows anything about anthropology, is that if you study it, you have two options. You become a full-time academic, or you go and do something else. There's no in between. So I had a decision to make. Was it full-time academia, or was it do something else? And so I was looking at the job market. I was seeing what was available. And in Melbourne, Australia, there wasn't much. Pandemic, businesses closed down, hiring freezes, nothing was happening. So I decided that I'd wait, give myself some time, teach myself a few things, pick up some new skills. I started cooking. And somewhere along the line, I decided, all right, now's probably a good time to teach myself a little bit more about finance, a bit more about investing, what I can do with the little money that I had in my savings account at the time. I thought, let's put this money to work. And eventually I refound cryptocurrency again as a viable option. But this time it was, we're talking 2016 to 2020. In 2016, there was nowhere I could go for information. There was a few people that I knew that were, buying and selling these whimsical, magic internet money, these coins. But there was nowhere for information. There was nowhere you could go, or at least nowhere that I knew to go, save for some online forums. 2020 was a different story. We had a growing ecosystem. There was things happening. And that was when I finally understood crypto. And Theta plays a significant part in that journey as well, because I figured out what cryptocurrency was. I figured out blockchain technology. I figured it out from an investment angle. I'm not saying I conquered it or anything like that. I'm still learning every day, right? But it was the first time I truly understood this asset class that I was investing in. And it was funny, the Theta token was one of the first altcoins that I ever bought outside of Bitcoin. And it was one of those assets. It was one of those projects that allowed me to really understand the value of this ecosystem, and it just made sense to me. It's like, wait, so I get to stream my own stuff and I own that, and then I can contribute to powering the network, and all of that is, community based. It's user based. There's no intermediary. Nobody owns my information. It was like a penny drop. I was like, this is fantastic. So then I got a job at Caleb and Brown, and then it's all history ever since. But yeah, it was Caleb and Brown came along onto my LinkedIn job post feed, and it was right at the cusp of when I was thinking, you know what, this academia thing might not be so bad. But then I saw this job posting, and it was an opportunity to combine something that I was incredibly passionate about in cryptocurrency, as well as, taking my skills that I'd built over the years in my work experience, which predominantly of which I, had done relationship management based roles. So it was an opportunity to combine those two things. So I jumped at it. And that's exactly what Caleb and Brown does, right? We bring relationship management to crypto. Now, a brokerage might be the most operationally accurate descriptor of what it is we do, but I think of Caleb and Brown as more of a cryptocurrency concierge, if you will. It's truly a white glove service. I'll give you an analogy. This is what I thought of last night in my hotel room. If a crypto exchange is your McDonald's drive-thru, and Caleb and Brown is your Michelin-starred restaurant. So you go to the drive-thru, you get your, you pay your money, you get your consumption, you get your calories. You know what you're getting. It's not too glamorous, but it is what it is, right? It has its purpose. Whereas with Caleb and Brown, we're like your servers at a Michelin-star restaurant, right? We sit you down, you get your entree, and we tell you, this grain is raised in the pastures of Anatolia, and and this caviar is sourced in the North Atlantic, right? And we tell you why that's important, right? Why is it important that these ingredients are sourced there? And it's much the same way of what we do at Caleb and Brown as brokers. If you want to have a discussion with your broker about why it's important to have the Theta governance token versus why it's important to have the gas token in T-Fuel, and explain to you that mechanism and why, you can stake one, you can stake both, what's the difference there? That's what your broker at Caleb and Brown does. Your broker tells you how you can get exposure to different sectors of the market. They can tell you why a certain narrative is popping off right now and why the next one might be, this that you should look at here. I hope that analogy made sense, because I thought of it just last night. Caleb and Brown is a dedicated team of professionals. So becoming a client of Caleb and Brown, as I'm sure many of you, can I get a show of hands who is currently a client of Caleb and Brown? Oh, wow. Okay. Half the room. Great. Excellent. So you get access to your own personal broker, which, many of you already know. And with that comes access to an entire team of professionals. So by virtue of having a broker, you've got access to your broker, you've got access to account managers, you've got access to support staff, execution traders, onboarding compliance professionals, you name it. You have access to the whole team via your broker. It allows you to trade crypto with a trusted partner by your side. That's what Caleb and Brown is. Why do clients love us? We offer a different avenue for crypto investment. It's not just you log into an exchange, you buy your coins, see you later. You get to go on a journey. You get to communicate with us. Communication is key. It's not something that you can find in the crypto space very, very often. Unless you're a part of online communities, such as the way that many of you are, Discord channels, what have you. But having someone that you can trust, that's by your side, not physically, but, figuratively, that you can pick up the phone and speak to and say, hey, what's the latest update with Theta? What is Chainlink working on right now? What can you tell me about why Solana's outperformed Ethereum for the last 2 years? But also, you get proactive communication as well. I'm sure many of you who are clients already have received plenty of communication from us over the years when there was something very important that we deemed you need to know about. An important update. USDC depegged. FTX collapsed. An asset that you were holding got hacked. The project got hacked, the DAO, it's all done. If you were someone affected by any of those things, you would have heard from us proactively. This is all the things you can do with Caleb & Brown. Buy, sell, swap. We have cold storage. So we decided that, if customers were going to trust us more than they trusted exchanges, then what we would do is utilize cold storage for all of our assets. So any client that holds assets with us, their assets are held in cold storage, safely, securely. We're partnered with Fireblocks. Many of you may have heard of them. They're kind of a big deal in the space. And like I said, you get access to our trading team when you work with a broker at Caleb & Brown. And why that's important is that when you're trying to sell $100,000 of T-Fuel and the market depth is not very big, and you don't have the time to sit there and, pluck away at selling tranches of $200 at a time, that's okay, because our team of professional traders will do that for you. So we'll manage that end to end, make sure there's little to no slippage, make sure that you're getting the best result possible. So the Caleb & Brown experience is very much unified. All clients can enjoy the same benefits with the option to tailor the service based on their needs, right? So some may use Caleb & Brown as their one-stop shop for all their crypto investment needs. Others may have accumulated assets over the years, and suddenly their asset that they've been holding on a wallet somewhere that they got through a DEX is they put $5,000 in, now it's worth $500,000. And if that's one of you, congratulations. It wasn't me this cycle, I'll tell you that much. And they might just be looking for a reliable off-ramp, and they come to us and say, hey, I got this token, I got a lot of it. Do you guys trade it? If we do, fantastic. If we don't, no problem, let's look into it for you. Is it available through any of our market makers and liquidity providers? If it is, see if we can get a storage option, we'll help you do it. We're a very personalized service. But it's very customizable. You can download, transactional reports to do your reporting. You can use us for custody. You can use us to dollar cost average, market orders, limit orders. You can use us to leverage our knowledge and experience in the space. If you want the educational aspect of what we do, the guidance aspect, all of that is totally up to every client. So every journey is a little bit different. And this is just another one of our kind of newer initiatives in the space. That's me over there on the right. That's Jake. Rika, Randy, I'm sure you recognize Jake. We've been putting out more and more research over the years. I think one of the questions that was asked over the course of my tenure at Caleb & Brown, one of the more important questions asked was, do clients want financial advice? That was a bit of a fact-finding exercise. We've taken 4 years to sort of come to some sort of agreement, some sort of consensus. For 4 years, we thought the answer was yes. The answer is no. Clients want research with actionable insights. Nobody wants to be spoon-fed information. You're all smart individuals in this room. Most of you probably much smarter than me. Nobody wants to be told, you should buy this and not that. people want to be given the tools to know that they have a good, solid foundation of research that they can draw on and come to their own conclusions about how they should invest, why they should invest, based on the information given. So that's the approach we've taken over the years. So anyone that's a client here will know that we put out regular research reports. We do weekly roll-up videos. We've been doing monthly and quarterly ones too, just to keep everyone up to speed and make sure that everyone has the tools necessary to make the best investment decision for them. Whoop. And this is just our global footprint to show you guys where we're at now. So when I started at Caleb & Brown, we were a team of less than 20 people, not that many clients. I mean, we still had a few, but the business was growing quickly. Now we've got over 34,000 clients in more than 100 different countries. Those are our offices there where we started, right at the bottom there in Melbourne, Australia. That's where I still am. Well, not right now, but that's where I live. Sydney over there. And there is a dot there around sort of New York area. That's not actually true. We don't have an office in the USA. We have staff in the USA working remotely, with plans to have a physical office here too. So the US is one of our biggest markets. We're over 300 different assets that we trade. These are our reviews. Hopefully some of the guys in this room that have accounts with us can corroborate that kind of service quality that we provide. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I just wanted to say as well, thanks for everyone for being here. I know that Brian plans to draw some raffle tickets at some point. We're going to give away $500 of Theta to one lucky winner. So we'll do that now, but if you guys have accounts with Caleb & Brown, tell your broker that you're at ThetaCon, or if you're watching from somewhere, tell them that you watch this, and we'll be doing further giveaways for people that have accounts. If you don't have an account right now, create one, tell your broker you're at ThetaCon, and there might be something in it for you as well. But we'll do one of these raffle tickets.